Feel the power of your determination taking control of your breathing. Feel the power of your presence, your gift, right now in this moment. Now think about you doing your best today on all the exercises we do together in the gym of life. See, we are so powerful, we get to think, create, imagine in our minds, and make real in the world. And that goes with everything. The way we do our exercises to the best of our ability is the same way we can do anything to the best of our ability.
Magic System, Red One, Shawty. Hey, yes, I love that. Feel the magic. Comme d'habitude, on est calé. Ça va aller. pas seulement pour les bobos. Nous on vient dans nos mambo. Mon ami, si tu as le niveau, rejoins-nous pour t'enjailler.
On t'invite à la magie, y a pas de raccourci. Oublie tes soucis et viens faire la folie.
On t'invite à la magie, y a pas de raccourci. Oublie tes soucis. Oh, 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 oh. Magie système.
Toujours nous.
Ah, ça change pas.
Ah ouais.
Ah, Shawky avec Red One. Est-ce que ça marche?
Ça va pas.
On vient du ghetto pour aller plus haut. Avec les magiciens, c'est Freddy Coco. On vient du ghetto pour aller plus haut. Avec les magiciens. Oh, oh, oh.
Oh my goodness! Oh, how's he done that? Justin Shonga! Ziyech.
Good morning, guys. When we look at the power of our minds and we understand and believe with all our might that it is the most powerful thing in the universe, how can we talk about it in anything other than a positive sense? The word mental, mind, look them up in the dictionary. Actually, I've posted them today. Unfortunately, the word mental has generated a negative connotation or has a negative connotation with it, and there's a stigma associated with it, whether we like it or not. And yes, it has its proper purposes and uses, but I think it's time. It's time for a new paradigm, our new paradigm, and that is the paradigm of mind health, not mental health. Because when you're down, when you're feeling already that there is no hope for you, the last thing you want is anything but positivity. That's the true cure for it all. Have a great day, everybody.
So this conversation for me today ends up more than anything being about priorities. I want to talk about how we think about what is important and what is no longer important at all. So I'm going to read a little bit out of this book. As I said, it's shameless plug. Dave, quit selling your book. Built Through Courage comes out October 26th. I hope you grab it. Okay. In a world that tries to tell us to be all things to all people at all times, it's crucial to realize that if everything matters, then nothing matters. That if everyone is important, then no one is truly important. That as much as we'd like to make a list of our top priorities, there is no such thing as top priorities. Only one thing can be a priority at one time. Okay, so there is this trick, this lie, this thing that has been sold to us in part as a part of hustle culture that we can, if we just try hard enough or work hard enough or get up early enough, be all things to all people. And we cannot. So give yourself some grace, give yourself permission to release yourself from whatever it is that you are holding yourself to standard-wise. You can't. And the attempt to be all things to all people only guarantees a single thing, that in trying to spread yourself across all of these priorities, you will spread yourself so thin that you never actually show up as well as any of those things end up deserving, in a way that actually underserves them and leaves you feeling less than you'd hope for to the people you love most or crave love most from. So you have to find a way to really create a priority for what matters most. For me, I'm going to say, I end up having a belief that you can have a priority in each of the areas of your life. So for me, I've attempted to identify what is the priority for my family? What is the priority for my faith? What is the priority for my physical health, my mental health, my career, and so on? But we have to, at a certain point, make sure that we don't have too many priorities so that we spread ourselves too thin, because again, everything you say yes to comes at the expense of something else, right? Like if you say yes to one additional thing, you're basically saying, I will also then dedicate less time to this other thing that I previously suggested was important. It's just the way that life works. Why is it so hard to prioritize? So I think it's important to start with this conversation around priorities with understanding what it is that we as humans end up having as a block for creating priorities in the first place. So one of the things I would argue that most of us tend to suffer from, sorry if I'm breaking news to you, is FOMO, right? I think that we generally tend to be people who are afraid of missing out. We think that if we're not a participant in all things, or aren't involved in all things, or aren't in a conversation about all things, that somehow we're going to miss out. And I can tell you, as someone who has opted out of being a participant in all things, there is beauty in missing out. Because missing out in some ways allows you to be more present for the things that matter most. I don't know what it is, whether it's ego, whether it's vanity, whether it's insecurity, whatever it is that motivates you to feel like you have to be participating in all the things, push back against that fear of missing out. Because every time you choose to jump in, again, it's coming at the expense of something that likely matters more in your life. What's another reason why we have a hard time prioritizing? We don't like to let people down, right? If you are someone who identifies as a people pleaser, I also relate to you as a people pleaser, and the idea of not being able to be as present as other people might hope for us to be is a motivator. But showing up for them, if their values are disconnected from our values, or their goals compromise our goals, or the thing that they need in their time keeps us away from what would ultimately allow us to pour into our calling or our purpose, letting people down becomes something that actually has to happen. It's the price of entry for living into who we're meant to be. Does it make it easy? No, it does not make it easy, but it is, unfortunately, the thing that we have to become more comfortable with if we want to get closer to who we're meant to be. Why else? We don't totally appreciate what we can successfully accomplish, right? We don't have confidence in ourselves. Part of why I love this high five challenge, you're trying to every single day with this simple act of high-fiving yourself in the mirror, reinforce that you are worthy of being celebrated and that you, of course, can accomplish great things.
I wanna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Gon' throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. Let's have some fun. To the left now. To the right, Now take your left hand and put it on your side. Gon' roll your shoulders, do the slip and slide. This next part's my favorite part, cause it's time to shine. Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Gon' throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. It's simple, you can do it. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Now cool down, have a good time. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Do the butterfly, have a good time. Round, round, round and round you go. It's time to show out right now and take to the floor. Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now. Gon' throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. Take it down now, take it down now. Take it down now, take it down now. Bring it up now, bring it up now. Bring it up now, bring it up now. Take it down and crisscross. Bring it up now, crisscross. Do whatever you like right here. Just have fun. Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Gon' throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Gon' throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. Yeah, I'm gonna.
On his left foot, kills one. Oh, it's just beautiful. And they're now on the front foot with Bora.
Good morning, everyone. Today, top 10 rules for success. Robert Kiyosaki shares some amazing wisdom again. One of the rules that he talks about is we have to change the way we think. And here's a guy who has mastered the art of investing and growing his money and helping people do that, find that sort of financial literacy that we all should have. And his greatest advice, and I love it because again it goes back to using our minds, is he says he paid himself first. And what that means is he bought assets. He invested in things like houses. The greatest thing he invested in was himself and the way he thought. He changed the way he thought. We can all change the way we think. We have to think about paying ourselves first, even if we've got nothing, even if we're in debt, even if things are not going our way. We have to remember we have the greatest asset in the world right here. So we have to change the way we think and not let fear stop us. Have a great day, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, you can fake it till you make it in a lot of areas,
Yeah.
particularly if you're working for somebody else. But at the end of the day, if you're going to be great at something, you've got to make the effort to be great at something. Whether it's sports, whether it's physics, math, science, business, whatever it may be, it's not just a natural skill. You've got to learn, and particularly if you're in the technology industry, because it changes every day. When I got started, I was a bartender when I first came to Dallas, got into the PC industry, got fired, started my own company. But I learned early on that there was always something new. And most people didn't put in the time to learn it. It's like now with artificial intelligence. Lots of people talk about artificial intelligence. Lots of people talk about machine learning and neural networks. Not a lot of people are putting in the time to take classes or do the tutorials or to learn how to apply it to business. And that's what it takes. And that's just something I've always enjoyed. So I've been fortunate.
Need motivation?
Watch a Top 10 Rules video with Believe Nation.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I make these videos because in my first business, I struggled to believe in myself. I quit on my business partner. And the thing that saved me was watching the successful stories of entrepreneurs. They gave me the inspiration to keep going, as well as the strategies of what to do. And quite honestly, I still need their stories and motivation today as well. So today, let's learn from one of the best, Mark Cuban, and my take on his top 10 rules of success. Enjoy. Rule number 2 is be a good leader.
You may not be a leader to anybody more than the two people who work for you, but it's still a responsibility. And I think as you gain more success, however you define that, being a leader becomes more and more important. How you define success becomes more and more important. What you're able to do and the impact you're able to have becomes more and more important. Where I am in my life at this point, it means trying to accomplish things that I've dreamed about but was never in a position to try to accomplish or succeed at, and that's what I'm trying to do now.
Rule number 3 is know your business.
I think people will always stop me and say, well, I want to start a business, what should I do? And if you don't know, you're not ready.
Right.
You've got to have something that you're good at. And if you're going to do it, you got to be the best at it. Because I'll tell them, look, if I come in and compete with you, I'm going to kick your ass. Are you ready to compete with me?
Yep.
Right? And you've got to work like there's someone working 24 hours a day to take it away from you.
Rule number 4 is commit yourself to learning.
I'm not a big mentor guy. I've always been a believer that if you really want to learn something and be great at something, you have to put in the time. A lot of people look for mentors as shortcuts, when in reality, maybe they help you a little bit, maybe they help you avoid some mistakes, but when you're just getting started out in particular, it's okay to make those mistakes. And more importantly, you have to make the commitment to put in the time to learn what you need to learn to be great at something or good at what you want to be good at.
Also, to make sure you're actually taking action after watching this video, I've designed a special free worksheet just for this video. The worksheet will highlight all of the lessons learned in this video, as well as pull out our 3 favorite learnings and quotes that will inspire you to actually do something. The worksheet will also give you space to write down what your key takeaways are and your specific plan of action to make sure you're getting results. If you want the worksheet designed specifically for this video, absolutely for free, there's a link in the description below. Go click on it and start building the momentum in your life and your business. I'll see you there. Rule number 5 is always look for new ideas.
What do you
Take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
I got the horses in the bag, horse stock is attached. Head is matted black, got the bushes black to match. Riding on a horse, ha, you can whip your Porsche. I've been in the valley, you ain't been up off that porch. Now, can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Riding on a tractor, lean all in my bladder. Cheated on my baby, you can go and ask her. My life is a movie, but riding in cowboy hat from Gucci, Wrangler on my. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. Hat down, cross town, living like a rock car, spend a lot of money on my brand new guitar. Baby's got a habit, diamond rings and Fendi sports bras. Riding down Rodeo in my Maserati sports car. Got no stress, I've been through all that. I'm like a Marlboro man, so I keep going back. Wish I could roll on back to that old town road. I wanna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
He's got support, but he wants the glory for himself. Oh, what a goal! What a wonderful strike from Rafael Borre!
Good morning, guys. Living, laughing, and loving our way to infinite mind wealth. I got another story I want to share. This is from one of the greatest, a hero of mine, Les Brown again. I remember watching a video a while ago, and he was doing an amazing speech as always, and he referred to an example. He was talking about this victim mentality we have, and it made me laugh the way he described a situation where there was a woman who was suggesting or saying out loud, you know, why did this have to happen to me? Why do I have to suffer? Why is this happening to me? And then I remember Les Brown in his speech saying, why not you? Who would you suggest? And the way he said it, of course, I don't do justice to Les Brown's voice, so please look him up, try to find that clip wherever it is, but it made me laugh. I thought, it's true. We don't want to be the victim, or we want to have that victim mentality, why me? But if it's not you, it's someone else. And do we really want to hurt other people? Have a great day, everybody.
We all want to figure out who we are. As Bob Dylan says, hey, just create it. We all want to know what that is. Be affirmative, way to go forward, how to play offense. But I found that that's hard, man. That's hard. What's much easier, and I think the reasonable first step to figuring out who we are, is let's define who we're not. Let's pick out those people, places, things we do, habits we have that don't pay us back, that don't feed us tomorrow, that don't give us green lights in the future. Those investments that don't have ROI. Those ones that we keep waking up tomorrow and a little bit of a debit. Damn it, I got a hangover. I had the same amount of drinks at that bar as I have somewhere else, but I got a worse hangover. Well, maybe it was the conversation people we were hanging out with. Eliminate those, and by process of elimination, sheer mathematics, you'd end up with more room for the things that do feed you. So it's a much easier thing to start pointing out, you know what, I keep doing that and it doesn't pay me back. I'm not getting my compounding asset on that decision. Eliminate those, and by sheer mathematics, we end up with more of what does feed us and pay us back, who we are.
Need motivation?
Watch a top 10 with Believe Nation.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I make these videos because in my first business, I struggled to stay afloat. I quit on my business partner, and the thing that kept me motivated, that kept me going, was studying the stories of famous, successful entrepreneurs. And in their stories, it gave me the hope, the drive, the ambition, the thinking that maybe I can do it too, that extra bit of belief. And I still need their stories today, and I'm honored to share them with you here as well. So today, let's learn from one of the best, Matthew McConaughey, and my take on his top 10 rules of success. Enjoy. Rule number 2 is take responsibility.
Freedom without responsibility seems to me to be chaos, anarchy. It has no form. It's four-dimensional and it flies. It doesn't have meaning. It has no lineage. One thing is not connected to the next. We don't build in something. We don't tend to something. When we're responsible for something, we tend to it. We care for it. We give value to it. It has meaning to us. Meaning that is qualitative, deeper, wider, and higher. Mm-hmm. And when we wake up in the morning with things that we care about, and we see them, they're in front of us, and we maintain them. And hopefully we can do more than maintain them. We can maybe help them thrive and grow. And, we got to pull the weeds to make sure we're not procrastinating those responsibilities. And pulling weeds on that is like, as a parent, Much easier to say yes to your kids about everything than no. The no's the tough part. The no's the part we got to stay up late and go through this. And I just would say yes, okay. Oh, but that would let a weed grow. I'm going to, in my child's life, no, spend the time. Be responsible for that. Be a responsible parent, a responsible preparation for my career or a day's work. Allows me to, whatever happens, hopefully when my kids move out at 18, I can go, man, hey, Camilla, I think we did the best we could. No guarantee. But did you leave anything in the bag? I didn't leave anything in the bag. Now we're free. And hopefully they're free. Go to work. Take the responsibility to prepare and get prepared. I go to set, and your partner will know this. Then you chunk all that away, and on the set, you're playing. You're not working. You're free.
That's right.
Why am I free? Because I worked on the playbook. I took the responsibility of my vocation as an architect and a person in construction on a character in this scene on this day to be prepared so I can now go be free. I took the responsibility to now I'm going to fly. Now chunk the rules, chunk the rule book. Now I'm calling audibles. Let's go. Because I know the game plan.
That's right.
That responsibility gives us freedom. The other thing, I've chased down freedom without taking responsibility, and did I regret it.
Rule number 3 is learn to appreciate.
We talked about looking in the rearview mirror sometimes so you can see how far you've come. Because a lot of times we're looking, I should be here. Yeah, I made this mountain, but look, I'm not in the best shape. Or I'm in good shape, but I'm not making the money. Right? Especially in today's world, we're measured against social media, the fake relationships. I don't want to be negative, but we only see a glimpse on social. So we start comparing, I don't have intimacy, I don't have real love, I don't have the six-pack abs. And we forget to look in the mirror and say, wow, I've done some amazing things. I've accomplished a lot.
I'd argue that most midlife crises are more about not appreciating where we've been.
Yeah.
Maybe not appreciating, giving respect to what we have done or what we already have built. Again, because we thought they were happiness that, we'd get there and it's done. It's like, so we don't give them credit. No, we've built some, look at the things in our past that we've built. And I think in those times where our future is uncertain, that's a great place to look and go, well, what have I built here already? And I want to give myself respect. Not a big pat on the back, but I want to say, hey,
enough.
Good job
nudge,
right there.
Little nudge,
It also defines, well, I know this going forward. I've built some stuff that's non-negotiably going with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I got to tend to those things no matter what new horizon I'm chasing or new place I'm going. I got some stuff going with me, my family, my kids, this part of my career. That's not negotiable. So even though I may be uncertain in where I'm going in the future, I got some baggage, I got some luggage that's going with me.
Yeah.
No matter what. And that's giving respect to those things. I think that's where a lot of us get in a crisis sometimes, or even a typical midlife crisis. We don't respect what we've done and what we've built and appreciate where we've been maybe enough.
Rule number 4 is be patient.
We have to be willing to say no to the wrong things now for the right thing to come. What gives you the courage to do that when so many people just grab at the shiny thing because they're like, I don't know where the next great thing is going to come from. And if I say no to this, maybe I'll be punished for it by life and nothing good will ever come.
That's part of the art of living there, isn't it? I mean, because on the flip side, we miss out on things and we look back and we go, why didn't I take the chance? Why didn't I follow through? But then I think of equal value is, and I would say probably even maybe more so when it comes to affairs of the heart and love, is going and believing that time is on our side. But we have a clock. I have a friend who had his life planned, very successful guy. I'm gonna go through 20s, graduate, get a job. 30s, early 30s, I'm gonna meet the woman for me. I'm gonna be married 35, I wanna have kids at 36. So he was racing and pressing to get in relationships because he was coming upon 30. And then he was in there 30, 31, 32, and he hadn't met the one. So he was pressing, trying to force relationships to work because that was going to fit his timeline. And all of a sudden at 35, none of those had worked out. And this was the time he was supposed to start be married and start having kids. 36, it hadn't worked out. 40, it hadn't worked out. 50, it hadn't worked out. Now, if you want to go back and deconstruct going backwards, I would argue he had a better chance if he would have tried to force things to work to meet that timeline when he was in his late 20s and early 30s, and actually been patient and believed a little more in himself and gone, you know what?
I need to really check and measure if this person's right for me or not, instead of trying to force my hand or trying to turn them in or trying to make them work for me. Because it seemed to me from the outside as his friend, that's not a good match. And now he's looking up at 50 going, what the hell happened? Well, now do I get patient? I'm behind the 8 ball. I missed my timeline, you know? But to believe time's on our side at those times. Look, I'll say this. I met Camilla. She the right woman for me? Yes. Was it also the right time for me? I believe so. Sometimes we may meet the right person, but it's not the right time for us to receive their love. Sometimes we're in the right time where we're open and it's not the right person. And we got to watch because we feel like what we're talking about in the first question. Oh no, I can make this work because I can see the beauty in them. I can see the upside. I can be the optimist on this. I'll keep brushing over the reality and say, no, this will work. We got to watch that too.
Also, to make sure you're actually taking action after watching this video, I've designed a special free worksheet just for this video. The worksheet will highlight all of the lessons learned in this video, as well as pull out our 3 favorite learnings and quotes that will inspire you to actually do something. The worksheet will also give you space to write down what your key takeaways are and your specific plan of action to make sure you're getting results. If you want the worksheet designed specifically for this video, absolutely for free, there's a link in the description below. Go click on it and start building the momentum in your life and your business. I'll see you there.
Rule number 5 is stay consistent.
I noticed in writing the book that a lot of successes I had were engineered by habits and choices I made that had consistency. That's what I call a
And let's bring it back. Let's connect our breathing. To our body, to our mind, to our energy. To our energy of determination. That's right. We determine. We don't choose and lose. Give up, believe lies, give in to fear. We don't do that. We don't give in to anxiety, stress, things that are not the truth of who we are. The way you did your best today, whatever exercises, stretches you chose to do, it's the same process you get to use here, now, and wherever you go. In the gym of life, you get to grow your mind. You get to grow your mind health and your mind wealth. It's all possible if you determine, make the winning choice to be kind, to be peaceful, caring, loving, appreciative, grateful for everything you have here and now. I'm so grateful for my breath right now. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for our being, what we all truly are. I'm proud of my effort today, and I hope you are proud of yours. Because that effort, that process, that determination you use, it's available to you all the time. It's your greatest gift. So don't ever give up on using your determination to be your true, kind, positive, loving self. To control your own mind, no matter what's going on outside of it. You are infinitely intelligent, powerful beyond measure, and you get to work now more than ever on your own mind, your own body, your own energy, making yourself better now so that you can be better forever. I love you, everyone. Have a great week. Have a great day. Enjoy your life every moment, no matter what.